and welcome to the Incompass Show, Purposeful Investments, where we explore the intersection of purpose, wealth, and conscious living. My name is Sandra Camacho, and today we are talking about something that affects so many people, yet is often misunderstood. Today we are talking about the cost of misalignment and why what we often call burnt out may actually be something deeper. Have you ever felt tired, even when you are had enough rest? Have you ever felt like you are doing everything right, working, showing up, being responsible, and yet something still feels off? This is the challenge many people are facing today. Not a lack of effort, not a lack of discipline, but a lack of alignment. And because we don't always recognize it, we try to fix it in the wrong way. We push harder, we do more, we keep going, but the feeling doesn't go away. We have been taught to label this as burnt out, and in some cases it is. But often it is something else, because burnt out is not always about doing too much. It's about doing too much of what is not aligned. When your actions don't match your values, when your work doesn't reflect your purpose, when your life feels disconnected from who you truly are, that creates friction, and that friction becomes exhaustion. And if we stay in that state, there is a cost, a quiet cost that builds over time. It shows up in your energy. You feel constantly drained. It shows up in your clarity. You begin to question everything. It shows up in your decisions. You hesitate, you overthink, you doubt. And it shows up in your life as a whole, where things may look stable, but internally they don't feel right. And over time, that misalignment doesn't just affect how you feel. It affects what you build. It affects your income, your opportunities, your relationships, your sense of direction. Because when you are not aligned internally, you cannot create aligned outcomes externally. The truth is, misalignment is expensive, not just financially, but emotionally, mentally, and energetically. And the longer we ignore it, the higher the cost becomes. We lose time, we lose clarity, and sometimes we lose connection with ourselves. So, what changes this? No more effort, no more pressure, but a different approach. Instead of asking, what do I need to do more of? We begin to ask, what is no longer aligned? Because the moment we begin to realign, your energy starts to return. Your clarity begins to stabilize. Your decisions become simpler. And from that place, you can begin to build in something different. This is where purpose-driven wealth comes in. Because wealth is not just about money. It is about how you create, how you contribute, and how your life is structured. When your purpose is clear, your direction becomes intentional. When your direction is intentional, your actions become effective. And when your actions are aligned, your results become sustainable. This is the difference between forcing success and building it from alignment. When you begin to shift from misalignment into alignment, you start to experience more clarity in your decisions, more energy in your day-to-day life, more confidence in your direction, a deeper sense of fulfillment, and perhaps, most importantly, you begin to feel like your life is actually yours, not something you are managing, but something you are consciously creating. So I want to invite you to pause for a moment and reflect honestly. Where in your life do you feel the most drained? What are you doing right now that doesn't feel aligned with who you are? Are you building something that truly reflects your values or just what makes sense? And if everything in your life was aligned, what would feel different? These questions are not here to overwhelm you. They are here to bring awareness, because awareness is the first step towards change. This is exactly why I am starting the Inner Revolution 35 Cities Coastal Tour, beginning on 26th of April 2026. because these conversations need to happen in real spaces with real people. This tour is about creating environments where we can reflect, realign, reconnect, and begin to move forward with clarity and intention, not alone, but together. If something in this episode resonates with you, if you have been feeling that sense of misalignment, that quiet knowing that something needs to change, then I invite you to take a step. Join us, be part of the inner revolution. Click the link for more details about the tour and how you can be involved. Thank you for being here with me today on the Incompass Show, Purposeful Investments. If this episode resonates with you, share it with someone who may need to hear this message. And remember, burnout is not always a sign that you need to stop. Sometimes it's a sign that you need to realign. I'm Sandra Camacho, and I will see you in the next episode.